Welcome to this week's episode of Chumming with the Spirits.
Wax stories with a shark logo.
With the shark, wax stories with the shark logo. So, this week we wanted to kind of do, I mean, in all honesty, this could have been a full episode in my opinion.
We briefly touched on them.
Easy there. But yeah, no, this story kind of delves into a wide gambit of paranormal phenomenon that it could fall under. You talked about it possibly being the black-eyed children, Fae at one point, and some other aliens. But
Green skin.
green skin. But it's interesting what happened to them.
You mean they died?
So we're talking about the mystery of the Green Children of Woolpit,
England.
So do you want me to
We'll
start it off by reading the story this time?
then we'll kind of delve into why it's so whack.
Yeah. All right. The Green Children of Woolpit. Narrated
Take one.
by
Fairchild.
In the reign of Stephen... Gosh, damn it. I can't do the voice and be serious and read at the same time.
Don't do the voice. Just be you.
In the reign of King Stephen of the 12th century, two green children, a boy and a girl, because that's all there was back then, boys and girls, right?
We're now have to cut this all out.
In the reign of King Stephen of the 12th century, two green children, a boy and a girl, mysteriously appeared in a farmer's field in Suffolk, England. The bewildered youngsters wore strangely colored garments of an unknown material and could speak no English. Harvesters took them to the nearby village of Woolpit. That makes sense. This name of the story makes sense now.
I'm glad you figured that out. It's not broke.
It's not broke. For a time, they refused all food offered to them. One day, while beans were being gathered, the children took the pits from the pods and ate them eagerly. That's disgusting.
Bean bits.
Yeah. No, pits, the coverings. Ugh. For months, they ate nothing except pits. The children were baptized. Not long afterward, the boy weakened and died. No comment on that one. The girl learned to eat other foods and was restored to both health and normal skin color. That's weird.
Went from green to white.
Or light brown. Because that's not really white. Tan. After learning to speak English, she said she and her brother had come from a place called St. Martin's. While watching their father's sheep, they came to an underground tunnel, which they followed, stumbling out on the other side into the fields of Woolpit. Overwhelmed by the excessive light of the sun and the unusual temperature of the air, plus being terrified by the noise of those who came on them, they ran. But they could not find the entrance of the cavern before they were caught. The girl claimed that the inhabitants of her home country and all the inhabitants' possessions were green, and that in St. Martin there was no direct sunlight, but only a dusky daylight. She also told the people there could observe a bright shining land across a wide river. Eventually she took employment in service to a knight and his family. Later, she married a man from King's Lynn and reportedly lived for years in Lennet and Suffolk. The inexplicable event was reported by two medieval chroniclers, William of Newburgh and Ralph. And Ralph, abbot of the monastery of Coggeshall. I'm glad Ralph wrote it down. So, two things beg my questioning. Were they from some sort of Hollow Earth scenario? Because it talked about them emerging from a cave, and then there was.
But then they couldn't find the cave. But it was a twilight.
Yeah.
What if it was just the canopy of the trees?
Or a cave.
Well, they said twilight. Caves are dark. No light.
That's true. It could have been a canopy of trees. Or
Hear me out.
portal.
Could be a portal.
The
They
weird-
didn't know what portals were back then, though. They didn't even have electricity.
That's true. The thing that really gets me
That he died.
after being baptized, not going to go into that, but um, from eating normal foods, she turned
Back to the regular
back
color.
into normal color, and
Which is actually a real thing. I mean, there are certain people that get afflicted.
well, look at flamingos. They're born white, pure white. The only reason they're pink is because of the amount of shrimp that they eat.
With a keratin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can also feed them carrots and also helps them take color.
Will they turn orange?
No, they stay pink.
I don't know that. But so what do you think?
But you don't know if I made that up or not.
No. I'm going with it because it sounded good. What are your opinions?
It's an interesting story. Like, so we kind of briefly touched upon it because it one of the earliest ones talking about two children showing up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Different colored skin, because like the black-eyed children are usually very pale. They were light green. Like their whole skin was light green for quite some time too. Like when they
for
years.
And the fact that she had mentioned that everything
Where she was from
was green.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like once she learned how to speak English, like she called it Saint
Martin's.
Yeah, why would she call it Saint Martin's if she didn't know what a saint was, so she didn't have English?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Unless she just assumed Saint Martin was like a magical thing. Being a saint had some magic to it.
That's possible. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very, very, very good.
Either way, it's pretty whack because you have two kids. They're green. They evidently were malnutritioned or fed something to turn their skin green for years. Or it could have been a dye. And they could have been dyed green, but the fact that they couldn't speak any English or understand anything, that was the other.
So the other thing I have to delve into is the correlation of this story to the story by the Brothers Grimm, Hansel and Gretel. It bears a lot of similarities to where
There's
children.
no witch. There's no house with candy.
But
he could have died from diabetes.
yes, but you look at the similarities of two kids wandering off the beaten path, stumbling upon something that they don't have an explanation for, no escape. One of them dies, the other one kind of just.
That was a normal life afterward?
Yeah. That's weird.
It is. Well, especially as early as this is, it was 1100? 1146 or something?
King Stephen, yeah, it doesn't really say when or a year. I can look it up real quick if you want to.
I thought it was around 1146.
See, I was thinking like 600 or something. King Stephen's reign.
Just look at the story. There's a link to it in our text message.
So, do you think in today's day and age, if this were to happen again, yeah, that's 12th century.
So 11 what?
1100s. It just says 12th century. Do you think this would be treated differently?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would have been assimilated and taken care of?
But they would have tried to figure out what?
I think they would have been dissected.
No. Well, I mean, they've definitely been studied. But it's, they would have known what was causing their skin to turn green pretty quick. I mean, we didn't even talk about what if they were aliens.
That's very possible. Because, I mean, even if they did live in the hollow earth, you got to wonder if oxygenation,
just vitamin D?
Vitamin D.
Just from lack of sunlight.
Maybe so what disease causes your skin to kind of turn
Putrid green?
Green.
Yeah.
Jaundice.
That's yellow.
Chartreuse, which is a mixture between yellow.
What was it?
Chartreuse.
Oh,
maybe it was a malady that they were.
Or a melody.
You know, I'm just spitballing.
Spitballing. Trying to go down a rabbit hole that's not fitting you.
Yeah, it's a very interesting story, and thank God Ralph wrote it down.
Yeah. Ralph.
Shout out to Ralph. Let us know what you think. If you think this is a
Have you even heard of this wax story? Or a variation of it? Like you said, it does lend towards the Hansel and Gretel.
That's towards a lot of stuff.
Well, but as old as it is, it could have been the genesis of almost all those. I mean, we're talking 1100 AD. I mean, that's a long. I mean, that's 1,000 years ago.
I mean, yeah, it could have been they could have been faithful,
If I say so.
and we captured them,
Not realizing it.
not really. They could have been changelings for all that.
Doppelgangers.
Well, you've heard the changeling story where they're sent to assimilate.
Yeah, they still a baby and they drop a changeling in.
Be interesting to find out if there was any missing children from that incident, from the town.
Maybe it was just a Flight of the Navigator mistake.
Great movie. Hey, you made the movie reference this
Yeah.
time, not me. So, yeah, let us know what you think, and
Like, comment, subscribe.
until next time,
Stay safe.
keep it whack.
I'm whacking.